Every few days, I hit a website that just refuses to be scraped. I tried an AI scraping agent, I got blocked. I used a vibe coded scraper, I also got blocked. So I did something very simple and it just worked. Each of those options has its pros and cons, and today I want to walk you through these three ways to scrape basically anything, even the toughest websites, using the right method for you. By the end, you'll know what to use and when. My name is Remi. I've spent the last 15 years in software and data. 9 months ago, I started building custom scrapers to get small business data from dozens of different sources to build one of the deepest data hubs in the M&A space. I've scraped all kinds of websites, and I've been posting all my learnings on this channel. All right, let's get into it. So the very first is the AI agent. You give it a page and it decides exactly what to click, and then it goes deeper on its own. But the issue is that you're going to be paying per page. So every time there's a page and it's going to find all the different HTML and the selectors and will decide to go deeper in one area or the other. The issue is you have to pay for the thinking on every single page. It's not a flat fee. It works best for small sites or the sites that have a layout that changes very often, or something that a fixed script isn't going to work for. It will get you there 95% of the time, but it just adds up pretty quickly in terms of cost. I've got a full video that goes really deep on this topic. Again, it works, but it just gets a little expensive. If you're more sensitive to cost, then I definitely recommend looking into the second option. So the second option would be the vibe coded custom scraper. This is actually one of my favorite. This is what I use all the time. So what it is that you pay the AI at the time of building the script. So you pass it the HTML from a given website or the subsequent pages, and it will figure out the script or the workflow on its own. So the cost is really just the one time that you're building it, and essentially you're running it for free afterwards. That's why it works the best, because most websites fall in this category of they don't change that often, or the changes are not really that big. So it's really giving you the most options. So you really have the ability to do some deeper matching, some deeper deduplication. You can clean up the data a little bit, and you have more options when it comes to integrating with APIs. So you control all of the code yourself. You ask Codex or Claude to really build all of that code for you. I usually use Python for that. As long as you are respectful in terms of rate limits, or you're not being blocked in terms of IP, then you should be able to use that for most of your needs. Then there's some deeper ones like Google, Facebook, LinkedIn. For that, I would still recommend that you use Applify, just because they have really easy and pre-built actors that will prevent you from being blocked or banned from the platform. So you could just use the plain headless Chrome is what it's called. So it's running a browser directly on your laptop, and then it will take all the data, and you can do that dynamically. But it's starting with a fresh browser. In a lot of cases, it will get you detected as a not human, just because a normal human has a lot of things in their browser cached already. And so for that, I use Camouflux. I highly recommend it. It's an open source tool, but you can really change the browser engine, and most of the time it will go through. That's how you avoid the checkbox to confirm you're human. And the best way to prevent that is to use something like Camouflux. So vibe coded scrapers are really good for anything recurring. So something that you have to really scrape very often and get the latest data. And especially if you need to start having clean and structured data, storing it into a database like Postgres, this fits right in. Most of the platforms now, like Codex or Cloud Code, will give you the ability to do that. If that's something you're interested in, I'm more than happy to have a video on this. Just leave a comment, and I'm more than happy to walk you through the entire process. And then the last one is actually a no-code type of browser extension. So this is actually very resilient. That will give you the ability to really scrape just about anything, because you're not starting from a very fresh browser. You're actually going to be using your actual browser. So sometimes you can even use whatever you're logged in as. So I use Instant Data Scraper for very simple pages, just extract a CSV file out of everything. And then there's Web Scraper, which is a different one for more multi-step, more advanced type of job, more customizable if you know what you're doing too. The idea is it's not an easy one just for beginner, but it will get you to really scrape anything you want. Sometimes it's just very frustrating when you're on a website. You just want to take that data, but nothing else will work. You're not able to get it dynamically or with code or anything that is more sustainable. Sometimes the best way is just to have that browser extension. We'll gather all the data, we'll export a CSV out of it, and then import that into your platform, into your database if needed. But that's the best way to accurately and consistently get good results. As long as you're respectful of timing, you obviously don't want to be in a place where you hammer the websites too quickly that you get blocked still. So I still recommend that you scrape the website slowly at some 20-second, 30-second wait, and then also use a VPN because you're running on your own laptop. You obviously don't want to get blocked as your home IP. Sometimes it can be hard to get a different one. So I really recommend this one for the really tough one. One of those three will definitely get you there. It's just about finding the right one that works for you. So drop a comment with which one do you want to go deep on next. I'll be happy to build the next video around it. But every tool I mentioned today will be linked inside my free school. The link is going to be in the description. Subscribe if that was useful. I'll be putting out more content like this on AI and scraping, and I'll see you in the next one.